into A.O.S abroad. Thank you very, very much for joining this wonderful episode. Thank you for always coming on board to actually listen in and to join our live sessions. I really do appreciate it and I don't take it for granted. Now, today we are having a very interesting topic yet again, and this topic is something that I really have so much passion for. I really have so much emotions for, and I hope I would be able to put my emotions aside and actually discuss the topic. You understand? Logically, I'll be able to discuss this topic reasonably, and I'll be able to actually pass the accurate information I want to actually pass across as regards this information. So, for some of you or most of you that are on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and even TikTok, the topic that we are centering our conversation today on is the topic of, are parents really seeking greener pastures for their children abroad these days? Because many a times when I particularly talk to um, baby boomers and millennials, when I talk to basically people that have children, when I talk to people that they feel they were less opportune in their own home country and they want to give their children a better start to life by taking them abroad, many of them would always talk about immigration. Many of them would always talk about giving their children something they themselves didn't have. You understand? Giving their children access to opportunities that they themselves didn't have. You understand? They didn't get opportunities to actually get from their home country. And this is a very sensitive topic because it is a topic that I believe that it transcends beyond just mere conversation. It transcends beyond just mere speculations or mere how will I call it, mere analysis without giving you examples of what I'm discussing today. So I'm going to give a background about myself. I would also give the reason that necessitated this conversation. Why are we even having this conversation today? What necessitated this conversation? And I would also appreciate if get from clients, if we can get from followers, from subscribers, those that would actually join me rather in this conversation today, please. So if we are on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook right now. So if you would like to actually talk about this together with me, please don't forget to actually call in. You understand? Drop your comments. Try to follow us. Try to, you understand, be part of the live session. This is a live session, and this live session is a session that I feel a lot of people will benefit from. All right, welcome, Godson Peggy. Really appreciate you. Good evening. I see you on Facebook, and I really appreciate you joining in for this conversation today. So, the conversation is centered on, are parents really seeking greener pastures for their children abroad these days? Early this morning, I spoke to someone on the phone, and this is someone that has been with me for about 2 years right now. She was basically one of our sales reps, or she's even still one of our sales representatives. She's someone that I hold dear. She's someone that I feel that she has lots to offer because she has been in the travel industry for some time. But the fact is, a lot of people have been in immigration. A lot of people have understood what immigration is about, but still, we still have people that are falling into the trap of these thing I want to talk about today: greener pastures for their children, greener pastures for either themselves or together with their children, whether children alone or children together with their parents. Now, let me break it down so that you really understand what I'm saying. When it comes to greener pastures, many people, and that's why I put it on Google so that I really ask Google, firstly, what is greener pastures? Secondly, are parents really seeking greener pastures today, or they are just whining themselves, or they are just following the masses, following all other people saying, yes, I'm finding something or I'm going abroad, I'm going to Canada, I'm going to the UK, I'm going to US, and I'm doing it because of children. Because we would always hear this explanation for their steps, for their, you understand, decisions, that, oh, I'm doing it for my child. Please, this country is no more good. Nigeria, let's use Nigeria as a case study. People would always say that, oh, they are leaving this country, they are leaving Nigeria because there are no opportunities. They want their children to have access to better opportunities. They want a kind of better future for their children. And I always beg to differ that, okay, if you are doing it for your children, sometimes I always ask that, oh, do you mean that it is only your child that is actually going, or is only you that is only your child that you want to come into Canada? And they'll say, no, me too, I want to also go. Okay, you want to go. So that means you are not only doing it for your child. Let's remove that aspect out of it. You are doing it for yourself and for your child. But again, some people will still come on the basis that I am doing it for only my children. Oh, I have very good income in Nigeria. I have set up businesses in Nigeria. I don't have anything to do in, you understand, in Canada again. I want just my children to actually go to Canada. And I'm always asking follow-up questions that, if you want your children to go to Canada, then what exactly do you want your child to actually get access to when your child comes to Canada? Okay, before I actually move on, let me take some comments. ATN Team Jesus for Life is saying, my pastor here in Canada is from Nigeria. Okay, perhaps. Thank you for liking our um TikTok live. Really appreciate you. I really see your likes and I appreciate that. Now, some of the follow-up questions I ask people that say, okay, I just want my child to come to Canada. I just want to give my child better access to life, better access to opportunities and things like. And I'll tell them, I'll ask them, what exactly do you want your child to actually have access to in Canada? Because sometimes when, even though I'm not a therapist, I'm not a licensed therapist, I don't, you understand, I don't consider myself as a therapist, but sometimes it's very good to ask people questions before you judge them. In fact, that's like the best way to do it. Ask questions, understand people, let them say what they want. Do you understand? It is from the things that they say, you will now be able to judge that, okay, is this person taking the right path to, you understand, achieving what the person says he or she wants to achieve, or a child or children wants to achieve? Do you understand? You have to ask questions. So many times I always ask people, when you say better opportunities, these are vague, you understand, advantages. These are things that are statements that we have not gotten the main thing that you want to see, or the main thing that, because opportunities are diverse. They are diverse. We can have a lot of opportunities, and there are some opportunities that I, for instance, know about. There are some opportunities I don't know about. There are some opportunities I have benefited from. There are some opportunities that are out there that I don't even know they exist. So if I'm talking to parents, I always want to ask questions that, okay, you said you want your child to actually come abroad. What do you want your child to actually benefit from in that abroad that you are taking your child to? And many times people would always answer that, okay, I want my child to actually have protection. I want my child to get security. I want my child to be able to go to school. You understand? I want my child to be able to, you understand, work and earn money. I want my child to be able to have access to, you understand, government benefits. Or maybe I should even ask, don't let me even put it in your mouth. For those that are joining right now, for those that are active, that are on this call right now, that are on this live session, please put it down in the comment section. You understand? If you want to also converse, join in on any of the social media platforms and answer me. Are you part of those that want to do immigration for your children? Number one. If you are part of, let us know, yes or no. If you are part of those who want to do immigration for your children, what exactly do you want your children to have access to? What exactly are the opportunities that you want your children to benefit from when you come to, or when they come to Canada? Please put it on the comment section. I would really like to read some of your comments, some of your, you understand, reactions. It's very important so that I really know how to transit. I'll really know how to direct this conversation, because yes, I spoke to someone, as I said, one of our sales representative in Nigeria, and she was talking about a lot of things. And this is one of the things that necessitated this conversation this evening. That I said, okay, let me come and discuss it with our followers, discuss it with our subscribers, and see if other people are also having these challenges, or other people are also, you understand, in this dilemma where they feel this is what they want for their children and this is how they can get what they want for their children, but it may not be exactly how they are thinking about it. So please put it on the comment section if you want your children to come to Canada, or it may not even be Canada. We're not even talking about Canada, you understand, this place. We're talking about UK, any place abroad that you want your child to go to. Do you understand? Any place. Do you want your child to have better access, better opportunities, better future? Do you want to get greener pastures yourself or together with your child abroad? What exactly do you want to achieve? Because I know these are live sessions is centered on immigration. So I believe many people that are joining for the purpose of immigration. So let's interact in this live session. Why do you want your children to come abroad? Please put it down in the comment section. Now, let's move on to the conversation I had today. And in the conversation, one of the things one parent was actually informing us about is that, oh, me, I have set up something in Nigeria. I don't want to leave Nigeria. In fact, I am not ready to leave my career in Nigeria. I have been able to actually set up something, and I'll use a particular hypothetical scenario. The parent was saying, oh, I'm a chartered accountant. I have set up my practice in Nigeria. I'm able to actually, you understand, do accounting and earn money, and you understand, I'm respected. I have various boys that have taught accounting. You understand, I have an organization. I cannot go abroad and start afresh again, or going to go and, you understand, do caregiving and be in charge of taking care of old people, or you understand, children. I don't have that time. Rather, I want my child to actually come abroad. These are the kind of conversations that I've been having with parents. You understand, not today, but today being the one that was the tipping point for me, that I said I need to actually come and discuss this. Now, this particular parent was saying he doesn't want to come to Canada. Do you understand? Rather, he wants his child, or children perhaps, because he has more than one child. He wants his children to come into Canada, and he wants the opportunity of the child coming to Canada, one, being able to stay back in Canada, do you understand, permanently, two, and being able to actually benefit from the various opportunities that Canada has to offer, like studying abroad for free, or studying abroad, you understand, for a token, in working abroad, and having the opportunity to actually take care of him or herself by him or herself. Do you understand? Even settle down and have a family. He wants his own child to settle down and have a family in Canada, and be able to actually, you understand, take care of him back home, or not even if he doesn't even take care of him, not disturb him back home again for any finances. Now, these are very, I don't know, please, if you are joining this live session today and your desire is you yourself to come to Canada, or for you together with your child to come to Canada, or for your child alone to come to Canada, put it on the comment section. I would really like to know why, or who do you want to come to Canada? You yourself, your children, or you together with your children? And why? What's the reason behind those people coming to Canada for you? Now, I was talking about the client that I was discussing with, and he was saying his own reasons why he wants his child to come to Canada. And for many of you that have been on this live session or have been hearing us talk, you know that we have been talking about various ways people can come into Canada. You understand, 101 ways typically that you can come to Canada. And many of those ways, we can divide them into two. Basically, we can divide them into two. Just like all those 101 ways, you can always come into Canada in two major ways. If we are to divide all the hundreds into two. And what are the ways you can come into Canada? One, you can come into Canada either temporarily, or you can come into Canada permanently. Like All the 101 ways that I know, except if I'm wrong, except if I am not current, we can divide them into two. Okay, Godson Peggy, thank you. You said, I want to come to Canada together with my kids. Now, that is a generic answer. I appreciate the answer. Thank you very much, Godson. But please inform me now. You want to come to Canada with your kids? Fine. What do you really want to achieve when you come into Canada? I've given you instances of the person I was talking with today stating that he wants his child alone to come into, or his children to come into Canada alone. They should be able to live in Canada, stay back permanently. They should be able to actually work and earn money for themselves. They should be able to actually even settle down, build a family, you understand, and stay here and be enjoying themselves. And the man even said it to the level that, oh, if I even want to just come and greet them, I'll just come, you understand, for some time, and after that go back to Nigeria where I have my own business. So you yourself, why do you want to come to Canada? What do you want to achieve by coming to Canada? What do you want your children to benefit from coming to Canada? It's very important we know those things, because if we don't know your intentions, at the end of the day, you can be chasing bubbles. And like the case of the man that I'm talking about, he's basically chasing bubbles. He's chasing shadows. And for those that know, if you are chasing bubbles or chasing shadows, a bubble at the end of the day will disappear. It will burst. A shadow will disappear. You will not see it again at the end of the day. So I want us to be certain about our reasons, our why. Why are you doing what you are doing? It's only a foolish person that at the end of the day wants something. Okay, for instance, I want to eat, but I am not going to a booker, or I'm not going to a restaurant to go and eat. Rather, I'm going to where they are fighting war to go and say, I want to eat. Is it possible? Is it like, it's a different thing entirely, a different ball game, where there's one place that you are going that can kill you, you understand? And there's another place that can sustain you. So, which one do you want? Is it the one that will kill you? You understand? Especially for those that are looking for things that will kill them financially. And I will still talk about that. Because some people are going in the war front instead of going the immigration route. Some will be wondering that, what do I mean by going into the war front? Yes, because see, you have to understand yourself. You have to know what you yourself can do. You have to know your own capacity. If you don't know your capacity, at the end of the day, anybody online will just come, give you one thing, is that thing you put on your head, and at the end of the day, you yourself, you will not be blaming yourself. These are the, you know the funny thing is that a lot of people that come to Canada, at the end of the day, when I see people online and say, Canada is scam, Canada is this, they did not tell me this before, they did not do this thing before, and it's not only Canada, UKSF, US, this place, don't come to this place, don't even bring your wife to this place, in fact, your children, don't let them come here, this and some of these bogus statements, at the end of the day, when you go in depth to ask them questions, when you inquire from them what they desired and what they pursued, you will see that there is no linkage between two of them. There is no linkage. So I don't know, maybe it's this part of the world, especially in, I don't know, not even part of the world, in Nigeria or Africa and Asia. Oyinbo, I don't know, Oyinbo, sometimes that's why some people will always say Oyinbo have sense more than us. Oyinbo know what they want, and they will go for that thing that they want. No beating around the bush. They will tell you exactly what they want, and they are going to get what they want. But Africans, Nigerians, Asians, Indians, you understand? Pakistanis, all those people, you want something. You understand? Like the basic example I want to say that I was talking about, you want to eat, but you are going to where there is war. Where is the correlation? Where? Because the thing always baffles me. Now, back to the conversation I had this morning with the client. He told me he wanted his children to come to Canada, stay here permanently, be able to actually work, to be able to study, to get free opportunity to school. You understand? To be able to even set up life in Canada, to be able to start a family. You understand? He mentioned all these things. Beautiful. Beautiful reasons. Okay, sir, now what do you want to do? Okay, sir, now that you have listed your reasons. You have listed what you want your children to benefit from in Canada. The question now that a reasonable person will pose to you is that what are you now doing to pursue those advantages? What are you doing to pursue those benefits? What is the way that you are going through to actually make sure that what you want for your children is what you are getting? Because before I talk about that, before I talk about the thing he said or the thing he wanted to pursue, you understand? Let me go on Google. For those that are on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, you see, I just posted it on Google that I asked the question: are parents really seeking greener pastures for their children abroad these days? And Google said yes. Many parents are actively seeking better opportunities for their children abroad, often referred to as what? Greener pastures. That's why I was explaining the concept of greener pastures, that when it comes to greener pastures, people just mean that they want their children to get better opportunities. Except if I'm wrong. And please, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It just means that you want your children to get better opportunities. And this trend of getting better opportunities is driven by various factors, including the desire for cultural exchange, one, competitive international work environment, and a growing global perspective. All this one is even grammar. It's grammar. I don't want grammar. I'm trying to simplify it for people. Like the case of the man that he said he wants his children to be able to work in Canada. Number one. Abi? Earn money, make money. Yes, now greener pasture is all about money. If you're not making money, you're not making sense. It's just the truth. If you're not making money, you are not making sense. It's just the truth. You get? Now, you want your children to have access to a global opportunity, like global perspective. You don't want your children to play the local game. Abi? You don't want them to play the local game. Oh, God bless you. God sent Peggy. Very wonderful comment. She said, I am a mother with 2 adult kids well above 18. I want my children and I to be in Canada permanently. God bless you, man. I like that word. That word, that's why I said if we are to divide immigration into 2, we have 101 ways. Some people, in fact, even my own family member is what they call it. My own family member is also guilty of this. You understand? Many things, once he sees things online like this, he will quickly post it to me. He will send it to me that, this one, do you know about this opportunity? Do you know about this thing? Do you know? But at the end of the day, he's chasing shadows when he's meant to be chasing what? He's meant to be chasing results. He's meant to be chasing the thing that will help him achieve what he wants. These are the same people that he will chase Canada today, tomorrow he will chase US, tomorrow he will chase UK. You understand? Another time he will be chasing Norway, Lonja won't sing, Norway, Long sing. He will be chasing Norway, he will be my eyes have seen. My eyes have seen. He will chase a lot of things. Some people say, caregiver, he will chase caregiver. I've once caregiver has already gone now. Some people are chasing Google immigration pilot program. They say, this is that one now that is new. It is that one now that does not really require much IELTS. It is that chasing a lot of things. But at the end of the day, they chase so many things and they are not able to get one thing. You understand? It's just like being jack of all trades. You chase so many things, but at the end of the day, you end up getting nothing. Let's move on. Mrs. Godson or Miss Godson, I don't know. Peggy stated, I am a mother with 2 adult kids well above 18. I want my children and I to be in Canada permanently in order to benefit from the good life over there. Good life, good. Everywhere there's good life. Even all these people that are all these people that are in Nigeria, like Davido, like Wizkid, they have good life. That is why I always ask further questions. And I believe you wrote a lot of things in which I will also talk about. But some people can say good life. You understand? In consultations, my own duty is to now go down to, okay, what is the good life? What exactly do you want? Don't be generic. Be specific. Which good life do you want? It is what you want that will dictate what you will pursue. I don't know if I'm making sense. What you want is what will dictate what you will pursue. You can't want food and be chasing war. Be chasing, you understand? The way the place they will go and kill you. If you want food, you go to a restaurant. I mean, You don't go to where they are fighting war. Some people will say, think, they'll be looking, why am I using all these drastic examples? It has a reason, you know. He said, in order to benefit from the good life over there, one, I want to have a good job. Two, have my children to go to school with low fees. God bless you. I like, God bless you, ma. I love your explanation. Your explanation is detailed. Now, and eventually able to work and settle in Canada. Beautiful. You see, now that is why I appreciate asking people questions. When you ask questions, you would understand their viewpoints, you understand their desires. And desires, me too, self, when I was coming to Canada, I had desires. I really had what I wanted to achieve. Someone cannot come and tell me cock and book story. And that's why I pursued what I wanted. Now the question is, will you pursue what you want, or will you beat around the bush? Let's move on. The woman is still talking. She said, and as for me, I want to come so as to live in a serene environment. Beautiful, man. I love that. In a quiet environment. One. Two, have good job. Three, peace of mind. God bless. In fact, that word you said, peace of mind. When I was in Nigeria, I suffer. I suffer. I was thinking I was helping the society. I was thinking I was helping the community. That's why I set up business. I say, okay, let me build the nation, as they always call it. Let me be part of those that will build the nation. But when you are building the nation and the nation is crumbling you, at the end of the day, if you cannot take everybody, you will fight for your own life. You will fight for your own life. And that is exactly what I did. Because I didn't get peace of mind, because they were frustrating my business. Some people say it is their ori, me I'm using. Ever since I came to Canada now, I've not seen anybody that say I use their ori. Or another person that will say, you do not want me to promote my own business. I don't think. That's why the environment you are matters. The environment you are matters. There are some environments that you are that you will not be able to think beyond spirituality. You understand? And there's an environment you had that the physicality that you would think of will transcend beyond physical to, you understand, mental, where you'll be able to build yourself and build other people alongst you. Let's move on. I like what this woman is saying. She said, which is the greener pasture we are talking about? What is the greener pasture? Now let's analyze what Mrs. Godson Peggy talked about. She said, a greener pasture that she is, because greener pasture for everybody is different too. Hey, it's with my years of being in this field that I realized that greener pasture in this. See, what you want, don't push it on another person. That is, see, in fact, I've made that big mistake before. And that is why many of the people that I wanted to come to Canada with, some of them are still in Nigeria now, because the greener pasture me I was thinking that I wanted was not the one they wanted. It's a big thing, oh. All of us at the end of the day, we have the same opportunities. Oh. All of us at the end of the day, it is you that will determine which opportunity you want to pursue. It is you at the end of the day that will determine for yourself what you want for yourself, your family, and your children. But again, even your children, they have, well, especially when, like in our own case now, I said that they are above 18. Once they are adults, they themselves too will not decide, do they really want the greener pasture you want for them, or they want something else? This is important too. It sounds funny, but at the end of the day, people that come into Canada or other countries and complain that this they did not tell me before, I did not know before. When you check them and you analyze them and you ask them questions, you will see that the greener pasture they wanted was different from the thing they pursued. And because Oyinbo will not look at what you are saying, they will look at what is in documentation, what you are applying for. That is why at the end of the day, you will apply, you will submit application, you submit documents, all those things that you submitted is the thing that they will see, and they will use and give. If they want to give you, use and give you what you desire. So when you come into the country and you came to study permits, for example, and you are now vexing that they did not allow you to stay here permanently. The question is, did you apply for something that will make you stay permanently? I don't understand how there's a disparity between it. Oyinbo will tell you study permit. They even write it on the website. It is for you to study for a year, for 2 years, but at the end of the year, you go back to your country. So people will not come. They will not say they study, but Oyinbo did not tell them that they will leave the country after they study. Which planet are you from? Because I'm trying to understand the difference between your mentality and Oyinbo mentality. Because Oyinbo will say what you say is what they will do. What you ask for is what they will give you if they want to give you. But you are not coming to ask for apple, but at the end of the day, you want to collect orange. Is it the same thing? Is it the same? Now, let's analyze Mrs. Peggy desires. A greener pasture for her and her 2 adult children that are above 18 is that they want to stay in Canada permanently. Number one, look at that too. They want to stay in Canada permanently. They want to benefit from a good life. And by good life, they want to benefit from a good job. Abi? They want to actually send their children to schools with low fees. Abi? They want to settle in Canada to be able to work. Abi? 5 things. They want to work, stay in a serene environment. The 6th thing. They want to have peace of mind. The 7th thing. See, madam, I don't know you before, but I appreciate that you are on a live session. All what you have said, in fact, I can sum it up to what I wanted. Even though I didn't have children. I didn't have children when I came into Canada. I came into Canada with my common law partner, right? But thank God, glory be to God, this month, just this month, I was opportuned. God blessed us, I and my partner, with a child. And though I don't really talk about my personal life, but when I saw the benefits of how I came into Canada through my child, I realized that, oh boy, so this was the greener pasture that I was serious about getting when I was in Nigeria. This was the greener pasture that at the end of the day, by virtue of me pursuing what would allow me stay in Canada permanently, one, what will allow me have good life, what will allow me get a good job, what will allow my child to go to school. Maybe you are even saying low fees. My own child will go to school free. You are saying low fees now, no problem. Because the child is a Canadian. The child, right from kindergarten to primary to second, is free. You understand? Free education. I wanted to settle in Canada. Do you understand? I wanted to, because of course I didn't get married in Nigeria. I've already told myself that my, in fact, before it was Oyinbo I wanted to marry. I said, okay, when I come to Canada, it's Oyinbo. But at the end of the day, God, having his own plans, made me marry a very beautiful sister, a Nigerian sister, that we both came to Canada together. And at the end of the day, we are able to work. We are able to live in a serene in a quiet environment with wonderful community members. You understand? We are able to have good, stable income. You understand? Jobs. Or I'll not call it job because I'm not gonna look for a job. I was doing business. I'm a business guy. And peace of mind. Peace of mind. Now, if you are someone that wants to come into, see, the reason why I'm going to talk about this, because now I've talked about there are over 101 ways you can come into Canada, right? And I've divided them into 2. That it is either 1 or 2nd. Is either 1 or 2. You cannot see the 2 cannot work or cannot happen the same time, or they cannot give you the 2 at once, especially when you don't qualify for it. You have to either pursue 1 at a time initially. You cannot pursue the second one later, but initially you pursue 1. So it is either for you to come to Canada temporarily or to come to Canada permanently. It's one of these two ways. Don't complicate the issue. Don't see, if you want to complicate the issue, that's when you'll be looking for something that not lost. You will be looking for something that did not lost when you are complicating the issues. Like the man I had conversation with this morning. The similar things at the end of the day, the Greener Pasture Mrs. Godson Peggy said right now is what the man too was saying. But at the end of the day, this man is complicating his issues. Let me explain. He said, oh, he listened to our webinar, to our live session where we were talking about OSSD, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. And he said, one of his child, though, that one is already in SS2. Two of his other children, they're already in secondary school. They're already entering secondary school. One of Kini is still in primary 6 or primary 5. He wants the children to come into Canada. Now look at it. This is where some people will look for fights. Because at the end of the day, you are fighting with a government that did not fight you. When you came, your desire is this. Just like Mrs. Peggy said, stay here permanently, good life, good job, school with low tuition fee. You understand? School with low tuition fee, serene environment, peace of mind, and get a good job. But the man is not looking for trouble. How is he looking for trouble? He's looking for trouble because now he's going through the Ontario Secondary School Diploma per child. And at the end of the day, he said, Ontario Secondary School Diploma for one child, for 1 year, is $7,000, Canadian dollars. He even calculated it for me. I like that man. About 8.5 million naira. At least for tuition fee, last one, that has not covered living expenses. It hasn't covered money for books. It hasn't covered money for accommodation. It hasn't covered money for visa, money for tickets, travel tickets. For just one child, $7,000. Those are the people that will come at the end of the day. They will not be facing that Canada did not give the child ability to work. Because look at it now, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. A child in secondary school is meant to be focused on education. But you want your child to school, your child to work, and you are focusing on diploma for the child. Secondary school diploma, not even tertiary. You see that there's a disconnect between what you desire and what you are pursuing. Now, we analyzed it. Okay, for one child, and you have 4 children. For one child to do OSSD, 7,000 for just tuition alone. For 4 children to do OSSD, how much is that? You already know what we are saying. Tens of thousands of dollars, tens of millions of naira. And that is not for the entire family, just for children. 1 child, 2 children, 3 children, 4 children. You are already spending millions, tens of millions. And it is still you that you say you are looking for greener pasture and stay permanently. OSSD, it is a secondary school diploma. Your child cannot be schooling for life. I don't know how people analyze these things. Your child can't be studying for life. At most, the child will study for 3 years under the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, OSSD. And at the end of the day, either the child leaves Canada or the child now will now have to go and be pursuing again another visa. You say you want peace of mind, just like the man. The man says he wants greener pasture, peace of mind, he wants opportunity, he wants good life there. But he's already setting the child up for failure. He's setting the child up for stress at the long run. Let me give you an instance. There are some of my people. Sometimes when I talk about these things, I try to be as objective as possible. But again, sometimes your objectivity is taken as if someone did not like you. As if maybe I have something against study permit, or I have something against work permit, or I have something against visit. And I tell people, I don't see. If I ask you questions, like the people that want to do study permit, I ask them questions that, okay, if you come to Canada through study, whether be it OSSD, whether be it study permit, whether be it, you understand, what they call it, postgraduate diploma, whether be it masters, whether be bachelors, and I ask you question that, okay, a study permit for like OSSD will give you opportunity to study for 1 year per level, per grade. You understand? If your child is SS2, okay, you can do grade 12 immediately. It doesn't need to do grade 11, and you do it for 1 year. After that 1 year, do you want your child to come back home? And some people say, no, I want to stay back there. Okay, you want the child to stay back there, number one. Two, you are working on OSSD alone now. Do you have plans that, okay, as soon or before you even finishes OSSD, you apply for another visa again? They say, they thought maybe if it comes there, you just get OSSD and be able to start working, and that's all. Some people do not even know that after the expiration of one permit, you have to do another permit to be able to stay legally, unless you become an illegal immigrant. Some people don't know these things. Do you understand? And now you are looking for, okay, look at my own scenario. Let me talk about my own self. Before, I was a young boy. Even though I'm still a young boy. But now I'm a father, right? With a kid, with his partner. I wanted to stay here permanently. And that's why I didn't go through temporary route. Temporary route, as I said, is study permit. You stay here for some years, you go back. If you don't even go back, you still, that permanent residence you are running away from, that thing that is scaring you, that, oh, I don't want to stress myself to go to my school and get transcript. I don't want to stress myself to read for one exam. I don't want to do this and do this. That same thing you are running away from, when you are now in Canada, you still have to do it to stay here permanently, legally. Except if you want to become an illegal immigrant, you want to be running away from Olokpa. When you see Olokpa, police officer, you, they have come here again. You run. This one, you don't want to be in Ilu, you don't want to be abroad without peace of mind. That is the thing. Mrs. Peggy on Facebook says she wants to be in Canada with peace of mind. But some people are already setting themselves up to be in Canada without peace of mind. Look at the peace of mind I'm using at talk now. It's because I'm in Canada permanently. I got my permanent resident status, right? I'm able to get a good life. I'm able to get a job if I so desire and apply for the job. You understand? I'm able to get my child to go to school for free, not even for low fees. And low fees is even long thing. For free. Yes. Do you know what it means to become a permanent? Some people don't even know it. I don't know, maybe Mrs. Peggy still wants to give birth to any child, though. But let me give you instance. Let me give you an example. I told you that I just gave birth to my first child, you understand, in Canada. And I'll give you instances of two things that I saw, two differences that I saw in the life as a visitor in Canada and life as a permanent resident in Canada. I've talked about study. Let's leave study. As a visitor, one of my own family members, you understand, from my father's side, came to Canada as a visitor. Do you understand? To actually give birth to a child. There's something we call birth tourism. She came to Canada to give birth to a child so that the child will be able to become a Canadian citizen. But at the end of the day, that does not mean because the child become Canadian citizen, you that you're not the parent to become Canadian citizen immediately. It's a lie. It doesn't work. She came into Canada to give birth. But because she's not a permanent resident, she paid thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to be able to birth that child. Over like $10,000, close to $10,000 that she's paying on an installment basis now in order to. She has given birth to. She has given birth and go back to Nigeria. You understand, with the baby, but she's still paying the gbese of giving birth in Canada. You understand, by virtue of her coming as a temporary resident, basically as a visitor in Canada. Let me not tell you my own. This month I gave birth, as I said, to my partner, and we were always going for checkups. We had pediatrician, is professional. We have gynecologist, a professional. Family doctor, a professional. We went to do ultrasounds, x-rays for the baby to know the gender, to know the sex, to know, you understand, the how the baby is doing, how the baby is faring, you understand. They did tests, you understand, they did tests. We went for appointments, we went for checkups, we went for antenatal, we went for even postpartum checkups. My people, it will shock you that everything we did when she was able to give birth and we were at the daily labor room when we went to deliver, you understand, at the hospital, one of the biggest hospital, one of the, as in the newest hospital, I don't know how to say it, one of the newest hospital in Toronto, you understand, top facility. It's paining me. It's paining me and it's making me happy at the same time. Top facility. You understand? My partner was in the labor room. Even before the labor room, they let us stay there for like 3 days. We were being fed, we were being treated, we were cared for. Even me, that I'm not even the pregnant one. So I enjoy hospitality. You understand? They gave us everything we needed. And when we were going home, they were just saying bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yes, it's free. You are a PR. Even when we were going, they gave the child gifts. Diaper. What do they call it? Baby wipes. All those like basic necessities for a child to start life. They gave us free. We didn't pay a dime as a permanent resident. But someone that came into Canada as a visitor to give birth in Canada paid thousands of dollars. And in fact, she has gone to Nigeria since like last year. But she's still paying the gbese that she used to give birth to a child in Canada. She's still paying it today. You do not want to have sense. At the end of the day, some things will make you have sense. I'm sorry to be blunt, but I just have to say it the way it is. You understand? Now, people are saying they want to get greener pasture. They want peace of mind. Part of the things that is peace of mind for me is to have peace of pockets. If there's anything like that. Peace of financial burden. You understand? Lack of financial burden is one of the things I want that is going to be my own peace of mind. I don't know about you. I'm just adding it to what Mrs. Godson said. Me, I don't want to pay anything that I'm not meant to pay for. Anything that I can avoid paying for, but get for free, me, I'm willing to get it. I don't know for you, but me, I'm saying my own. So if I can give birth to a child without paying money in Canada, I will so necessarily, willingly do everything it takes to get it for free. Even the child has been given birth to now, the government of Canada is going to be giving the child, not actually the child, it's the mother, because the mother is the one taking care of the child, will be giving the mother stipends on a monthly basis to actually take care of the child, because the child is a jobber. The child is government property. The child is government son or daughter. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, but if you come in as a visitor, the family member that I had that came in as a visitor and had to go back, she's not collecting pine. Pine, she's not collecting from the Canadian government. You understand? By virtue of her giving birth. In fact, she's the one that is paying Canada. She's the one that is paying Canada. So, which kind of peace of mind do you want? Is it peace of mind that you just see? That you have to pay back? If you don't pay back tuition fee, like in the study permit, the visitor visa, you come to give birth, you pay back hospital bills. I mean, if you don't want to pay hospital bills, like those that are coming through temporary foreign work permits as temporary foreign workers, many of them, they are working, yes, but you pay taxes. And your taxes, though there are some benefits you get, but it is not as much as you being a permanent resident. It is not as much as you coming into Canada, as this woman stated, Mrs. Godson, that she wants her children and her to be here permanently. See, that word, I like that word very well. When people tell me that word, the word has sealed, it has finished the thing. I don't need to talk too much again. When you say permanently, or you want to be here for life, that's another word I like. When Someone say, when I ask the person, okay, if you come to Canada as a visitor, when your visits expire, maybe at most 6 months, will you go back to your country? You say, no, we die here new. I like Nigerians, sharp people. They say we die here new. So if you want to die here, you want to be here for life. Don't go and be pursuing something that not lost. Don't go and be pursuing temporary residence. The person I was talking to today, this morning, was asking me that this OSSD, when I spoke to him about the cost of OSSD for a child, he said, this OSSD is much. What can you do for me? Is there any discount? Is there any? I said, voila. Now maybe the school. Am I the school that your child wants to go and study OSS? It's a diploma, fa. It is organized by a secondary school. You understand? So I don't own a secondary school in Canada. It is how much they say that they will collect. Just like a university. How much they say they will collect is what they will collect. Colleges, how much they say they will collect in tuition. Me, I'm just someone that educates people about travels. I cannot go and be meeting school. My own client say he cannot pay 7,000. Let him pay 2,000. Because people are always funny. They think that when I'm talking about immigration, then that means I have one stake in. No. Tuition fee. In fact, in addition to tuition fee, you still pay money for the consultants that will link you up with, that will help you for your immigration. It's not free. You will pay money for that one. You will pay money for transport or for TFE, for flight tickets that your child will use and come into Canada. You pay. So if you calculate all those money at the end of the day, the man was not saying it that he looked at this thing, say, the permanent residence I talked about before, the amount that permanent residence is, when you look at it, for just one child, he will be spending more on OSSD than the money for permanent residence for the entire family. I say, now you know. No, now you know. I mean, now you are informed, because you were thinking that you are looking for fast way. Yes, because people are always looking. One of the things he was saying that the one that will going to go and do IELTS, going to go and do West, getting transcript and all those things. He doesn't have time for that. I said, no problem. It is either two things. It is one of two things. It's either you have time to work on permanent residence, or you have money to work on temporary residence. You choose one. Me, Talika along in Nigeria, I knew I didn't have the money for study permit. I knew I didn't have the time to actually waste on studying. I knew I didn't just want to come to Canada, see the beautiful landscape, how people are having good life in Canada, and at the end of the day, they will not tell my visa expire and I have to leave the country. I said, no, we die here. I knew I didn't just want to work on a contract basis for 1 year or 2 years under work permit, and they will not tell me that, okay, the employer says it's enough, that he cannot pay you again. Yeah, go back to your country. Do you know the stigma that is where you should leave Nigeria, and now say after 1 year or 2 years, they'll say it's a lie, they deport you. It's a lie. They deport him, they deport her, it's a lie. No. No, nothing you go use talk am, say now you come willingly. You say it's a lie, visa expired, they deport him. No. You understand? So if you want to stay here permanently, that takes me to my final conversation for today. To stay here permanently, you must work on visitor. I said, what am I saying? You must work on permanent residency route. For those that want to do it, is a must. If it is not what you want to do, it is not a must for you. It is not a must if you don't want to become a permanent resident and get benefit to work here. Some people do 2-3 jobs. I have my own family members now that are doing like 2-3 jobs at the same time. Once they do one shift, in the morning, in the afternoon they go to another place to work, in the evening till the midnight they work, and they earn big money. This is not small money. As a temporary foreign worker, you are just limited to work with one employer at a time. As a student, you cannot work as much as you want. At most, you work part-time. As a visitor, you cannot even work now. You can't work. But as a permanent resident, If your body, if you do 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5, any which one. Have businesses. For me, now, I'm a business person. 2023, when I landed in Canada, I opened my first business. 2024, last year, I opened another business. This 2025, that last month that went, April, I opened another business. Because the opportunity is there. I want peace of mind. I want money to come in. And I want the advantage of saying that, yes, I'm a serial business person. Do you understand? I do business for a living. Some people don't understand this thing. I do business for a living. Now, this is not to kind of sound cocky or something, but I want you to understand something, that if you are looking for A, don't go and be following B. Mrs. Peggy, for instance, has said she wants peace of mind. 1, greener pasture with good job. She wants serene environment. She wants as children to go to school with low fees. I'm even telling you that my own child is free. But if you even want low fees, if you want to actually have the good life, get good job. You understand? Be able to stay here permanently. My brothers and sisters, if that is your plan, no, like me I had that time, then work on permanent residence. And how will you work on permanent residence? Kindly visit our website for all Canadian permanent residency visa information and on how to get started. Click on the link on your screen, aos.name.ng/pr. That is the very best way I know you can get started to achieve what you want to achieve, to stay here permanently, to enjoy the perks of being in Canada as what? As a permanent resident, and to be able to beat your chest and say that the greener pasture you are looking for your child or for your children is attainable by what? By the virtue of the visa that you have and the information you get, because it's not only the visa application that we are talking about in that website. We would also educate you on how to access some benefits that if you don't know, if you are not informed, you will not know. For instance, my partner, she's studying in Canada for free. For free. She's not paying a dime to study. In fact, and it's not even OSSD, it is college diploma, tertiary level standard diploma. Because of course, if you are a permanent resident, you are able to actually study for free at the primary and secondary level. You understand? Some locals, some citizens of Canada will still even pay for what? For tertiary education in the universities, in the colleges, in the polytechnics and things like that. But if you have the right information, you will still study for free, even at that tertiary level. Even at that tertiary level, you will get free perks. They will not only pay your tuition fee, they will pay your living expenses. They will don't let me talk too much. Let me just leave it at that. Go on the website aos.name.ng/pr to learn about how you can come to Canada permanently. How you can truly give your child the greener pasture Mrs. Godson Peggy talked about. How I was able to discuss with my client that say, see, it is either you are wasting your time to go and look for temporary resident that you don't have the money to even afford. You don't even have the money. And you're looking for something that's not lost. And at the end of the day, you now get frustrated. Focus on becoming a permanent resident so that you, yourself, your children will benefit from that permanent resident status that you were able to get in Canada. So thank you very much, everyone. Really do appreciate you. I am so grateful for you coming on live, and I don't take it for granted. Oh, Mrs. Godson Peggy is saying again, I like your analysis, sir. Yes, my children have the same motive as mine. Intact. In fact, my eldest child, who is a female, insisted on getting to Canada before talking about getting married, despite being an adult already. That's the same thing I wanted. I got married. I got engaged in Canada. I gave birth Canada, because as I don't like stress now. I'm sorry. I don't like stress. That's why I not even gonna look for a job. Because to go and be queuing and doing all these things, looking for a job, working in Walmart, all these goddamn it restaurants, all this fucking, I don't get that stress. I like doing something that at the comfort of my home. Okay, look at me now. I'm in my car. At the comfort of my car, I'm doing my business, earning my money. Not too much stress. I don't like stress. So okay, let's move on. She's saying the more reason they are pressuring me to come listen to your program and work towards the PR. Thank you very much. I'm happy that they are informing you about what is, and these are things that are facts. You can browse on it yourself, find out yourself. Anything that, don't just take my words for it. Oh, please, oh, don't take my words for it alone. Browse on it. There are still some people that are saying that Canada is a scam. Oh. Go and listen to their, because me too, I always go on their videos that with all these things Canada is doing, people are saying it's scam. Okay, why are they saying it's scam? Some people talking about housing, it is difficult to get a job. I was telling someone before, I said, like the man, that same man, he said he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to go and be cook bearing, doing caregiver job. I said, sir, do you know that ever since I've been in Canada for about 2 years now, I don't even know where Igbe or caregiving job is. Because it is not an information that I need to know. It's not an information that I would stress myself on. Because for me, I am a business person. Guy from even Nigeria, I'm a business person. I owned a language institute, a language academy in Nigeria. But when the issue of nepotism and favoritism came in Lorraine, I had to leave. I closed down the center. But I set up the same thing online before I came to Canada. And when I finally came to Canada, now that I'm a corporation, because I just set up my corporation, I just incorporated my business. You understand? And it's a business that now I'm able to do globally. So because of that, now I am helping more people in other countries, like people from Sri Lanka, people from Pakistan, India, and other places. I'm not even only centered on Nigeria alone right now at this point, where we have access and presence in over 11 countries right now. And by the grace of God, this is something that we are going to even be building more than where we are right now. Do you understand? So please understand it. If you don't want to do job, you don't want to be working in goddamn it restaurants, there are better ways. There's one woman that I know that always come on this show, on our live sessions, Mrs. Joyofili Yebuvi. This woman is a real estate agent and she's making bastard money. See, the woman, big woman, you understand? She's even doing interior decor. She say when she do job, the thing tired. She say, me that I'm permanent resident, I can do something better now. She leave job, she go and do business, making big money now. Some people don't understand this thing. Okay, secondly, Nigeria's situation right now is frustrating my business with all the effort being put in. Man, you are in the shoes I wear or I was. They frustrate me. Go on YouTube or rather on Google, type it, A.O.S Academy. A.O.S, that was my name in Nigeria. They frustrate. I had a billboard. That was the beginning of the doom of my business. Me, I was succeeding in my face. You understand? I went on radio. I gotta do advert. I don't know that all those things I was doing, it was bringing bad belly into my business, because they were looking, this one that is not in Ilongin, is not an Ilongin person. This one, forget that I wear Ilongin cap. I wear Asaka. Forget, I'm not an Ilongin person. You know, I'm from Lagos. As it should, they review you hear my name. That was what was vexing them. That how can someone that is not from Ilongin, that is not Emirate, how can he come and be making wave in Ilongin? They frustrated me. 7 different parastatals, 7 different ministries were coming to my office, coming and collect tips, bribery, coming and collect tax, levies, saying a day my billboard is up, another day they have come and remove it. They say I did not pay this amount of money, I did not do this. The person you pay to today that will call himself director is another person that you say, no, this one is not director, he's secretary to director. You have to pay to my face, I see when they frustrate me. There was one time, one other client, I don't know, maybe they used that one as a bait. He came to my office. He wanted to do kini. I taught our child 6 months French language. I did not want to buy at that time. When she now pay for Canada immigration, I say okay, we should work with our immigration lawyer. That's when I want to buy. That time she was paying that much, say one ridiculous money like this, 390,000. I've collected rubbish money before. 390,000. That's when she say, I want to buy. She took me to court. It was not a smart thing. But where God always work in mysterious ways, the court she took me to, the judge that was presiding over my case was still now begging me to help him to do immigration for his own son. That's why sometimes anything you are doing, just till today, the daughter and the mother is still in Nigeria. Now they can do it with any other person. But what I'm trying to make you know is that Nigeria is frustrating. I know. I have been in your shoes. I was there. I have done that. I was frustrated. You understand? At the end of the day, I just bullshit is that some people say I should go to Lagos and set up, that they will not do anything in Lagos for me, that I'm a Lagos boy. I say, guy, God is telling me something with all these occurrences, that they cannot appreciate you fully in Nigeria. Leave the country. Come out for the country. Leave the country for them. That was what happened. I left the country. I know they do again, Jerry. And do you know that the exponential growth, it came when I left that country. The exponential growth happened when I said, no, don't let me play local champion again. Before, I graduated as the best student in my set, you understand, in my program. And that was the mentality, limited mentality. It was the mentality I was having, that I was the the university scholar in the University of Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria, Department of Linguistics. So I can come here and study. In fact, that time I was saying that no, I want to work in my department. I want to become a lecturer. Rubbish mentality. I want to become a lecturer. That no, with the level of knowledge I have, I can teach those next generation. I might suffer myself. Hey, my battery is low. Let me go and charge. This place, we don't need to worry about NEPA, because not be saying NEPA go the off flights. So sometimes we don't always bother to charge. All right. I said my kids were the ones that brought me to your website and platform because they believed in you. All right. Thank you very much. I will visit the website and start the processing ASAP. Please, if you want to start, please go, and we always tell people, get educated first about what immigration is about. It's very important. The reason why we're having this live session is to educate people. And again, we always tell people, if you go on our website, you'll see list of webinars. There are some webinars that I did that is just 40 minutes. It's kind of summary. There's another one that I did that is about 4 hours, that is detailed. Before you even start anything, watch those webinars. They are free. We are not collecting any money for you to watch webinar. Learn about what immigration is. You understand? Understand the immigration yourself first. If you want to subscribe to our channel, instead of putting that /PR, you can just say aos.name.ng alone. You understand? So that you subscribe and you'll be getting our frequent emails where we are always educating people more and more about what immigration is about and how you yourself can do. It's possible. Immigration is possible, but it requires patience. It requires timing. It requires you to be diligent. Because I remember I do tell people, just like on the webinar, 2018 was when I started permanent residence. I didn't move until 2023. It may not be like that for everybody. I don't even want it to be like that for everybody. 6 months, based on Canadian standard, they say it can take you. But sometimes it can be more or it can be less. If you are determined, you are diligent, you can make it happen. So thank you very much, everyone. Really do appreciate. For those who joined, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to follow us. And always join for our next live sessions. At least once a week, we always come on live to talk about topics, to talk about, you understand, conversations like this, and to educate ourselves. So don't forget, whether on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on, you understand, TikTok, on Facebook, anywhere, we are there. You understand? Always join, and please learn more. Anything I say, don't just take my word for it. Go and browse it yourself too. That is this guy lying? Is this guy honest? Is this guy a scam? Is this guy a fraud? You go know. If we are scam, you will know. There's no two ways about it. If we are saying the truth too, you will know. Browse it. Google is your friend. ChatGPT, last one now it is. ChatGPT is exposing a lot of scam. So put it online. That what this guy says, is it true? Put it. Let's be informed. And from there, you'll be able to know if you truly proceed with us or if you would work with someone else. So thank you very much, everyone. And do have a nice day ahead.